What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Legend Bowl video on the channel. And in today's video, as you guys saw by the title, I'm going to be doing a quick little Legend Bowl wishlist video. This is going to be a quick, just small things that I really would love to see in the game that I think would add to some replayability and stuff like that to make the game just a little bit better. And I'm hoping some of the ideas and some of the thoughts that I do have aren't crazy to put in the game. So that's what I tried. Obviously, we all want like a franchise mode, but that is so difficult for one developer to put in the game, so I totally understand with that, but these are just small ideas I'm hoping aren't too crazy to put in the game. Number one that I think would be really cool would be a fantasy draft in the seasons mode. You guys can see some of the fantasy draft and stuff in the background. You're just going to see a little bit of gameplay in the background and stuff like that, just a mixture of stuff. But yeah, so fantasy draft I think would be super cool, having an option to pick your team, and you have an option to start with the regular roster or switch over to a fantasy draft where, you know, all teams are set up in a draft order and you have X amount of rounds and can draft a new team. And I think this would be really cool with the NFL mod, being able to kind of have like a whole fantasy draft and be able to add more different scenarios and things that can happen, different rosters you could have just by having a fantasy draft. And I think that would be something that would be super cool. But again, I think that might potentially be a little bit difficult to put in the game with, you know, putting code in for each team of what player they want to draft. Do they want to draft the best available player, or what do they need? You know, making sure they don't double up on positions they don't need. They don't need, you know, two crazy good quarterbacks. But, you know, at least that's my thought. And I'm hoping that would be awesome to put in the game. Another thing that would be really cool in tournament mode, being able to select the number of teams and the and which teams are in it. Currently, as you guys can see, there is a 16-team tournament, which is really cool, but it would be awesome to be able to go in and decide what teams are in it. If you wanted to, say, replay the NFL playoffs, you could do that as well. That would be really cool. I know with the bye scenario in the NFL, it might be a little weird, might not be possible, but I think this, adding, like, being able to determine what teams you want in the tournament mode would be really cool. And then obviously everybody wants new plays in the game, and I think it would be really cool to have just some small plays that I think would add to the replayability and add to the more of a realistic gameplay and a sim kind of football gameplay. A couple plays that I came up with that I thought of that weren't in the game. Onside kicks would be really cool. A quarterback sneak. The option to have 2-point conversions as well instead of just kicking the extra point. Fake field goals, fake punts, those would be awesome. And then obviously the QB kneel and quarterback spikes as well. A couple of those things, I guess those aren't probably priority things to develop into the game. I know gameplay has been something that the developer's been focusing on, and right now I think the gameplay is the best it's been. But just adding more plays would be super cool and super fun to see in the game as well. Onside kicks, adding to be able to have the computer go for an onside kick if they're down by a certain amount of scores with time. QB sneaks, obviously, if you're at the goal line, or, you know, you have a third and short or fourth and short scenario. Obviously, QB kneels and spikes to stop the clock and get the clock running without having to run a play. 2-point conversions would be cool in situations where you were down by 8 or 16 points or something like that. And then fake field goals and fake punts, those are just wish list things. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any more suggestions, if you guys do see this video, if you have any more suggestions, leave them down in the comment section. I know there's a whole section on the Discord for wish list stuff and stuff people would like to see, but we can create another little space like that here. So if you guys have any more suggestions, leave them down in the comment section. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you guys.